You ready?
Wait, should we spit out our gum?
Oh shit.
You're right.
Jesus Christ had drift, so shake 'em. Bruce, you end up dancing on top of chariots and turning tight ones. Tell me when to go.
What's good? What's happening? Oh, there we go. What's happening, everyone? You already know what it is. For My Future Self podcast, coming back at you live, ready, and excited. I'm your girl, Callie.
And it's your girl, Serena.
What's good? Episode what, Serena? Let the people know.
Number 10.
Period.
We are really at our 10th episode, which is kind of crazy.
That makes me feel so
Because
good.
I feel like we really did just start.
We did.
But 10 episodes.
I know.
Okay.
10. That went by quickly, actually.
Yes, it did. So we both got our little bun situation.
Our little mini pieces.
We wanted to look a little uniform today because it is a special episode.
It is. I think it's a great milestone or like point that we can talk about. 10 is a good number.
Oh yeah.
That's a 10. That's a number to celebrate. Okay.
Yes, we're 10 out of 10.
Yay. So what are we gonna get into today for our 10th episode?
Oh jeez, God, what are we gonna get into today?
Well, first of all, if you're watching the 10th episode and you made it this far, thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate you. And if you're just tuning in and you're new, what's up, guys?
What's
Welcome.
poppin'? I know we never be like
Welcome.
welcome to the new people. that
Yeah,
have
welcome to
joined.
episode 10. Don't forget to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Don't forget.
She said the whole thing.
There's a whole bunch that you missed out on, but don't worry. It's online for you. We'll be here forever in the media or whatever that's called. You know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Yes, you do.
But yeah, we appreciate you guys and just want to shout out to everyone who's been rocking with us. But anyone who's new, thank you so much. We're excited to have you
Welcome
be
aboard.
part of our welcome aboard. But yeah, cool. Just wanted to shout you out real quick.
I know, but
Yeah, go ahead.
so I mean, we wanted to kind of touch on, kind of what we're going through, what you guys might be going through. It really just, like things that like anyone can really go through in life, but also in business and things like that. Because I've definitely run into this a lot when it comes to just like people you work with and like boundaries and just I think really what we've been talking about being Callie is like protecting your peace and energy. And because we're in a really special episode, something that's really important to us, because this is for my future self, and I think something we're trying to manifest, and our goal is to really be at peace, right? To protect our energy, protect our peace, and not let anybody burst that motherfucking bubble, okay?
No.
Yeah, so we wanted to touch on like kind of like how we do that, things that we've faced, that how we got through things like that. So I think that's kind of what we want to touch on this episode, because I think that's really important.
Yeah, it's really important and it's really relevant to us personally today, and probably some of you guys out there as well. Like, I think everyone is trying to find their own version of peace. And then for us, I think as business owners, we can relate on that on a different level because, we encounter so many people on a daily basis, and not only different people, but also like the same people around you that are in like your circle or like within your business or like your normal clients that come in, or like your mentors, like just common environments that may be good for you and may not be good for you, or things that you can improve upon. So we kind of want to talk about that too.
And I can go on about that. I don't want to talk about people specifically,
of course,
or call anyone out, but just like general things that I feel like that we go through.
No, yeah.
I think that was one of the hardest things that I've had to learn, just getting into the business and the industry. If you're new here, hello, I am a realtor in Sacramento and Bay Area, and
I'm Callie, and I'm a lash artist out here in Sacramento.
So if you need our help, let us know. If you're trying to look cute, if you're trying to invest in your future, let us know. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. No, I've noticed that like it's easy to, when you're running a business, or even in general, even before I ran a business, like raise your hand if you were a people pleaser.
I'll raise both of them.
and my feet.
I surrender.
I'm just kidding.
And my feet are up if you didn't see them.
Yeah, I think both of us can relate that we
Yeah.
have both are just been those kind of people. Like, I don't know where it stems from. I don't know. Like,
it probably, for me, it definitely stems from childhood.
I think that's where it always stems from, I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
people pleasing.
and I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of people are that way.
I think
and they
so.
just make their way into like not being that way. And I think it takes a lot of time and experience and self-discovery and growth,
healing,
and all that good stuff.
Yes, yeah. For me, it definitely started throughout childhood. I don't want to say anything like insulting towards my family, but there was always that underlying feeling that I needed to prove myself, not just to myself, but I needed to make sure that they were like okay with everything I was doing. They were pleased, they were proud. I was, all that stuff.
We needed like that
Acceptance.
validation.
That's the
Because I don't know if
thing.
it's like an Asian household thing or
It might be.
Filipinos, but I know that like you get so praised by like, you know, you get praised even more if you're like doing really good in school or you're talented or can sing or dance.
Yeah,
like girl,
like that. And I think we, as maybe a community of people who grew up the same way, we associate that with affection. We associate that with love and
like
acceptance.
And
like seeing our parents like give us that validation is equivalent to us.
We crave it
because we think like, oh, that's how they show their love.
Because even at like, and I won't say like my mom, she's very affectionate, so it's not like I never got like the affection and love. But I know that like even starting at 3 years old, I don't know, you know, Filipinos now, like we like to sing and do karaoke, right? Don't you remember? I don't know, like whenever like karaoke time would
family
happen,
parties,
and they'd be like, go sing, Serena, go sing.
It's your turn.
It's your turn. Go, I'll give you money. You're like, things like that. And you almost feel this pressure. Like, you got to go sing. And, like, you're so nervous, but you still do it.
Yeah.
Literally, this happened to me the other night at my family party. They were telling me to go sing. Like, literally. And I took a shot of soju beforehand.
Like,
but,
fine.
No, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is, like, even in the beginning, I think that started the pressure of, like, putting on a performance.
Yeah, putting on a show.
Right?
Literally.
And then getting into, like, growing up, right? Then you're involved in other things like dance. Like you want to be seen. Like now you're in competition. Like you want to make the auditions.
Right.
And then you go into college and you want to get into the school, get into the major. And you're just constantly being praised for what what you've accomplished. Like, yeah, that's normal. But I think it could lead to people pleasing because you just feel so used to like always putting on a great act.
I totally agree.
And then like now you want more of that attention. Now the thing is, we need to be able to find that within ourselves because we get lost in like doing all these things, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate. Like, my parents told me to be a nurse or a doctor, a lawyer, and so like you want to please them. I think I've listened to a lot of people say in their stories of how in college they were just pushed through this route because parents would tell them like, oh, you need to do this to be successful, you need a degree to be successful, and all that good stuff, which is that's
you do
great.
Need that.
You do, that's awesome. But then when you don't do it, then you're like, I'm trash, I'm
a failure, I'm not good enough.
And then you just want to keep like, you just want to do what people
what people want you to do, what makes it what you want to do, what other people are doing that are successful. Like, okay, if they're doing that and they're deemed as successful, then maybe I need to do that too, to please the crowd or please like everyone, because at the end of the day what really matters is ourselves. But at a young age, obviously we didn't know that yet. We didn't really have that voice. We didn't have that mental awareness or mental like strength, even emotional maturity. I think we talked about before. Like we're not, I can tell you now, like I'm at a better place now than I was before. Because before I was just, like you said, people pleasing. I've always been in a space wherein everything would be going good and like everything is like successful, like, which is good. I lived a really blessed life. Like I succeeded at every single thing, and then where I would fail, then it's like two extremes. Like I'm doing so good, I'm getting all this praise, like my parents are really proud of me, and like they and then one little slip up and I fail, then like all this shit hits the fan, and it's just like my world is like crumbling down
because you're not pleasing anybody.
Yeah, because there's no like, I didn't give myself any room for that growth or like that space just to be okay with failing or okay with messing up, because there was always that constant pressure of you need to be good, you have to be successful, like you have to have the great grades, you have to have like all this on your resume and like what you can do. Like, I don't know, especially in high school being so involved, like I felt a lot of pressure because when I was a senior, I was voted, like, you know how like you get like superlatives, and like a lot of people would approach me like, dude, like Callie, like I can't wait to see you, you know, in the yearbook, I can't wait to see what you do in your life, or like you're gonna go places. I'm like, oh shit, like I need to go places, like I didn't know that, like I'm just going to CRC, like like I'm just
nothing wrong with that.
No, yeah, I'm just trying to go at CRC and like literally like navigate through life the way I kind of see myself navigating through life in college. And then you fail at things when you get to college. You're not in high school anymore, you're not a kid, you're an adult, you experience new things, and now you feel like, oh my god, like life is real, and you're a failure.
Not even, and even aside from just like your goals and being able to achieve all these big things, even little things,
the smallest stuff,
I think even I would people please in relationships, right?
Yeah.
Like my past relationships, like romantic relationships, I would try to, you know, change myself to like make them happy, or even in friendships, sometimes you have to like, you want to people please, so you say yes to things that maybe you don't want to say yes to, right? And I hate that. Like, I just like want to get out of that. I think I'm better about it when it comes to relationships. What about you? Like, do you feel like you still...
I do that, especially with friends, because I don't know, I really, for me, I don't know, I just find my purpose in helping others. And so especially my friends, like my loved ones, I've always want to be there when they need me, because I think that's really key in being a friend, like being there when they need you. Like you're reliable, you're loyal. Which is
good. Like I love
sometimes
that.
I love that, but then that kind of clouds my judgment sometimes.
If it's also like messing with you though, that you're doing that and now you don't feel good about it, then
that's the thing. Like sometimes, I think I mentioned this before a while back, but sometimes I would put my own either schedule or wants or things I need to get done or energy aside because like my friend needs me, or like I need to be there for something. It could be because they need me because they're going through something, or they need me because they're having a dinner, or they're having a party, or a favor, or like we're hanging out, or like there's so many things happening all at once, and I feel like, shoot, like if I don't help them now, like what will they think of me if I don't help? Or like what would they think of me if I'm not there, if I'm not present? And so I used to think that way, and sometimes I still do. I'm currently working on it. I tend to give 100% of myself with that, like in everything, wherein I don't give 100% to myself. It just it always goes out. It's always exterior and it's never towards myself. And that comes from, I don't know, maybe childhood too. I need to work on that because I've always wanted to help out my parents. I always help take care of them.
Yeah, helping out the parents, the family.
They always expect me to be there, drop everything, be there at like a word's notice because I have to do this.
And there are some things that, okay, you're gonna have to do it.
Of course, it's my responsibility. It's my responsibility to my family, like respect, loyalty, obedience, like all that stuff when it comes to the family love. I love that. But sometimes I feel like our parents, I don't know if you probably experienced this too, our parents would literally guilt trip me. I love them. They would guilt trip me into doing things when I was younger. So like I would go into things now thinking like, oh shoot, if I don't do this, then this will happen. Or like I'll regret not doing this for my parents because they said like, if I don't do it now, you'll be like, you're gonna regret all this, blah, 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 because they have regrets too. You know, like it's just like a trauma upon trauma.
You gotta work through.
There's just a lot of layers.
Have you journaled?
I have not yet in a while. I need to do that. I've been getting so busy, but I should journal for sure.
Yeah, it's like just 5 minutes.
Yeah, because like I feel like our parents, they expect so much of us that yes, they want a life for us. They've built like this whole thing, like this whole empire, coming here to America, like working so hard and like building a life for us, wherein they think that, okay, you've provided for me, but now you have to do this, and this for me.
I think that's a lot of Filipino parents.
Yeah, I love my parents, but I feel like that's a common thing. Like, like I want you to be successful, but then once you reach that success, I'm gonna need you to do this for
that's
me.
How it is. That's like our community is very like giving and like,
of course I love helping
even
my
when you're not in the best like financial place, like they'll still give like to their family, like in the Philippines.
I think that's one of my life goals is to give back to my parents and help them am, right? But a lot of
it takes time though. It's hard to just like do it when it's not the time. Like you're still trying to build and you're still trying to save and like do all that.
It's hard for me to build my own life wherein like one of my main goals as a kid that was given to me is to help my family.
And that's
so that it was kind of hard because I know that can come from past trauma, like when they were kids. Like, okay, they came to America, my grandparents came from the Philippines, worked hard, brought the family here. My dad worked right away, like he helped the family in, like when they moved to America, like he was one of the breadwinners. Then like from there he has kids, and then now he has this mentality of like, this is what I did, so now this is what you have to do. It's like a cycle. But I'm just like, well, the world is different now. Like it's harder for us to get our things together, let alone trying to please and like uphold your expectation for us to provide and do all these things. It's a lot, dude.
Oh God, yeah.
It is so much. And so getting into our businesses, it's probably even more stressful because we're like, oh shoot, like this is not what my parents thought I would do. Like, how am I going to be able to help them out? But if you think about it, like, how are you going to help yourself? Like, I've never thought that way, because I've always just thought about family, helping my parents. Like, what can I help? How can I be in the best possible position for my family,
but now
instead
you're,
of
like,
myself? I know. It's a lot.
Aw.
It's a lot. But I love my family. I'm never going to stop helping them. I'm never going to want to stop helping. It's just now I'm in a better perspective where I'm like, okay, I do have that goal to help them, but they can't be the whole thing. I have
some
to
kind of compromise.
I have to pull back and find my own goal or purpose that we're in. Like, I think purpose is a better word, but yeah, my goal is to help my family in the long run.
Yeah, of course.
But my purpose is I still need to build that for myself. Yeah.
You should put yourself first. And I think it's totally fine to like sometimes be selfish. I know you hear that sometimes, but when it's literally eating at you and you don't even feel good about it anymore, that's when you have to kind of draw the line and be like, okay, sorry.
Yeah, but then they take like, and then you don't want to be disrespectful. Like, there's so much
but
stuff,
you
bro.
can come from a place where it's like, hey, like, I'm still, don't you worry, I got you. Like, let me just get it right, get it tight, and then and then I can help you out. Like,
exactly.
And hopefully they understand.
I hope so too. I hope so too.
But God, we can go on. But yeah, people pleasing, and like, I think I'm all client based and like client satisfaction.
Exactly.
Like, you want to just like be there all the time, like respond at 12, like for me, like responding at midnight.
Yeah.
And there's certain seasons of business where sometimes you just have to respond to anything and everything. But then when you feel that like you're starting to feel, and all for my realtor friends or like anybody out there, it's like, maybe you do. Once you're starting to feel like that burnout and like stress, and like you're starting to just spread yourself so thin, then give yourself that window of like, okay, I'm not going to respond to anyone until 8 a.m. in the morning, not when I wake up right out of bed, or stop responding by 8 p.m. and then kind of have a boundary that way. Boundaries are a big thing, and that's something that I struggled with, I think, beginning my career, because I don't know, I just felt like I was such a people pleaser. I was an assistant, so obviously
that was your job.
That was my job, so it was like, that was all I knew, is to help and assist other people thrive, you know? And I'm getting better now. I think this year has pushed me to be more of a leader, to fully take control over my own business, and that's awesome. I think that's such a blessing to have, and though it has its really hard like, obstacles, because it's my first time really taking the reins on things. But I think working through boundaries and that kind of stuff was tough, because I thought that these people, like, for example, like if you have like a mentor or something, and I've heard stories, other realtors tell me too, like they've had mentors, and be careful who you choose as your mentor. Like, I'm blessed. My mentor, I mean, I've been her assistant. She's taught me a lot of things and all that, but just like, make sure that your mentor leads the lifestyle that you want. And when it comes to boundaries, like even in general, not even real estate, when you have a mentor or like someone, even a boss, right?
Yeah.
Someone above you, you cannot let them take you for granted, for real. Like,
Oh yeah.
because it's really going to affect you. And then the way that you kind of move, like you're just going to constantly feel like you need to please them and then please others. And then I think a hard thing is like saying no to certain things. Like, what about, like, did you ever struggle with saying no to like doing certain things or going to events?
Yes.
Or like when you know that like you didn't want to do it?
Yes. Hard, yes.
Hard,
I feel
yes.
like I think in the past I just thought saying no to people was like a bad thing, or
Yeah, because
like
no doesn't
like,
sound good, right?
Yeah, I'm just like, no.
And like when you say yes, it's like in my head before it was like, oh, you're welcoming the opportunity,
like you're never gonna know this is gonna happen
and then
again.
if you do this for them, then they're gonna be grateful and like do the same for you. Like sometimes you think you're gonna get reciprocation.
Exactly.
That is not always the case, my darlings.
No, it's not. Yeah, like when I think business wise, in the beginning, I wouldn't say no, or like I wouldn't set that boundary because I was desperate for the clients. I was desperate to like build my business quickly, and with building a lash business as a lash artist, you need clientele. You need to build that community of
but
people.
what if you have like a client that you just absolutely cannot stand and they're just like always late, or they're like,
yeah, I've kind of stood my ground and like updated my policy and set boundaries for people or for myself, just so that it kind of protects me from that. But in the past, like I would jump and leap around for these people. Like I would switch around my own personal schedule a lot of times.
Oh yeah, that happens.
For clients to come in because they have a schedule like conflict with on their end, and I'm just like, well, I do too, but like I'm just is this more important? And in that situation, I was like, okay, yes, this is more important because this girl is so willing to come in. Like, okay, I need to like
and sometimes
I need to move around.
If it's really doable, like do it. But
a lot of the times it wasn't really like I would upset a lot of people, like in my family or like my friends or even like my boyfriend. Like, oh, I have a client, like I can't, like I have to do this and this. And then at the end for that client or those couple clients where I would move around things for, they wouldn't even show up, or they would cancel, or they would want to reschedule 3-4 more times. And in the beginning of my business, I'm like, dude, that's okay, I guess, like we can reschedule as long as you come in, like. But now that I look back on it, they were very much taking advantage of me.
Yeah, you need a cancellation policy and all
that.
that.
I have that now. Like I've learned all of my mistakes now, and so when you're a new person, like getting into lashes, like nails, brows, like any of those services, like, and you're new and you don't really know how to set up your policy, or you don't know how to set those boundaries, I'd say learn from this. Like people don't care. They literally don't care. They just want to get done what they can get done if they have money for it. And so if you don't have those boundaries or rules, they can literally walk all over you. And that's, it's not personal. It's business, right? But obviously I took it so personal. Just be aware of that and kind of like set your policy and boundaries right away. That way people won't take advantage of you. And it's kind of a hard reality. The people who will take advantage of you are your closest friends and family, because they're cool with you. They're like chill with you. They think that you would understand. Like they'll ask for discounts. They'll ask things for free. They'll ask you to do that service at a really inconvenient time because you're a family member or you're a good friend. You've known them for so long, and they know you're desperate to practice on someone. They know you're desperate for a client. So like you're in a weird position where you're just like, oh shoot, like I can't right now, but like I need this. So like I'd say like protect your peace. And like those clients and people that you're going to practice on will come. The right people will come, because
you're attracting that type of energy.
Exactly. So
if you're constantly accepting all types of energy, all types of people, even if they don't deserve your service or even you, like what you have to offer,
exactly,
it's like now you're going to be drained, and because you're drained, you're not going to perform at your very best. And that's exactly what I've experienced before, because I was just like saying yes to everything because it's opportunity, it's money, it's everything. And then it made me feel like, yes, it was like, okay, this is gonna benefit me maybe someday, or maybe I'll get like a quick like money out of this or something. But like overall, like it drained my energy, like, and then I feel like there were times where maybe I wasn't performing at my very best. And so, God, that's like so important.
It's very important. Like now that I'm actually speaking about it, I'm like, wow, like I wonder why
we really need to like
I
be
wonder why
picky and like
be picky. But we're both pretty empathetic, kind, understanding people. But don't let that, like, I don't know, don't let that like fool you. Like, yeah, we're nice, yeah, we're kind, but when it comes down to like your business, our business, like this is our life, and we're not gonna just we're taking it like serious. Like this is serious. Like this is life for us, and this is our livelihood, and this is what we're about. This is what we've worked so hard for. And when people are wanting to book with you, book with me, it's not just them booking like, oh, it's just, oh my God, like I'm just gonna, it's such a like a normal thing for people to do. I'm getting my lashes done, or I'm gonna go in for a consultation. Like it's more than that. You're literally taking our time, and we're gonna put
a full-time job.
Yeah, you're taking our time, and we're gonna put 100% of ourselves into that. It doesn't matter if it's just a conversation over text message. It doesn't matter if it's just a call. Like it doesn't matter if you're just asking me about my opinion, or like if you want advice. It means the world. Like it means a lot.
At the end of the day, our main like goal and like the reason why we do what we do is for a purpose of helping other people.
Exactly.
Right. So when someone needs my help, best believe I'm gonna do my very best.
Yeah.
And it makes me happy, like being able to do that kind of stuff. But when you get taken advantage of, or you're not respected with your time, it could feel really icky. But I get it though. I've been there where I had to cancel maybe last minute because something happened. So it's definitely understandable. It's just the way that you approach it, and like your intentions and all that good stuff. So yeah.
No, yeah. And what I said earlier about like people taking advantage of you and it's your closest people, it's kind of like a harsh reality. I'm not saying like every one of my family members, every one of my friends did do that. No, most of them were really loyal. It's just, you just have to be careful, and like the people you need to set your boundaries with
even with like people. Home showings, like people just want to look at houses for fun. And while I love to do that, like let me do that on the weekend. Let's go hit up like a fun like new community or tour or something. But sometimes it's like, I'm not gonna show you like 10 houses if we don't know what you're approved for.
Exactly.
And I get it. There's some cases where I'll like be flexible and be like, okay, maybe you're new to the area. Maybe you're still trying to figure out if you like this area. Let's go look at it and see what you think about it.
Right.
But for the most part, you want to know how much you could afford, right, on a house. So that's one of the big things I think realtors could struggle with, or some things that could happen is that, oh, we're a realtor, we can go look, we can have access to any house, and so they're just gonna like think that we're gonna like be able to show them anything and everything.
Exactly.
But how are you gonna, like, what if like you really like the house and it's like $500K more than what you could afford, and then it's like
you can't do anything about it.
Now you're upset because now you can't afford it.
Yeah.
So, but I get it though. I love to look at properties. So go hit up them open houses.
You gotta do your research.
Okay, so what does protecting your peace like look like to you?
I've actually never been asked that.
What does I asked a really good question.
She does. What does protecting my peace look like? Wow, I've never really thought about it too.
Yeah. What does protecting my peace look like? I think it's like knowing yourself, and like I think we all know what our capacity is in terms of our energies, because you feel it in your chest. Like I do for sure. When I know that I'm just doing something to benefit someone else, or like I just don't have the energy to do it. And when it comes to work, obviously, there's gonna be days where you don't want to work. That's like everybody in life, right? But things like going out, like maybe going out to an event, or helping someone with a certain favor, things like that.
Yeah.
And in your chest, it's just like, that's not gonna benefit me right now, or it doesn't have to benefit you, but
or it's
not in your capacity,
sit right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So being able to say no, and knowing that no is not a bad word. It's just, at the end of the day, no is gonna like protect you from doing something that maybe you don't want to do, right? And it's hard because sometimes you feel like you have an obligation, and like it's gonna make you happy that you're helping others or doing something for someone else, but you'll know it. You'll feel it in your heart and your chest, like that's just not it right now. Like you could say no to that. Taking care of yourself, just sitting in that, like just freaking protect your peace. When I think of protecting my peace, I'm like sitting like this. I'm in my bubble. I'm sorry if you can't see me, but protecting my peace, like just
to the hands.
Just
talk to the hands. Talk to the hands.
That's what it looks like to me. Just protecting your peace.
Like dodging it.
But still doing good, you know, still doing the good deeds,
cool.
still being you, still helping others.
Right.
But coming from a place that's genuine, right?
Yeah.
Coming from a place that's genuine. Don't do something that you don't want to do unless it's like go to the gym or something that you know is going to benefit you.
Even though you don't want to go to the gym, you have to
like that kind of stuff. But if it's like, oh, you need to go... I'm not even going to give you
There's a lot of scenarios. There's thousands of scenarios.
You know what I'm talking about.
If you see this, you know what I'm talking about. I think for me, personally, I struggle with... I don't want to specifically just call it people pleasing. I think it's just... I trick myself sometimes. Like, I think people pleasing is actually another way of pleasing myself, because helping others does fuel me, and helping others does like fulfill me.
So then if you feel like, and if I don't, then you're like,
then I'm just like, oh my god,
I feel
like,
that.
Yeah, so like I trick myself sometimes. I don't know how I got into that mindset, but I think protecting my peace is actually kind of confronting myself and reflecting about everything. Like, this is the first time I've ever talked about this like out loud. So I think more therapy, conversations, more conversation like this, and just being more aware. I'm not gonna say yes to everything. I'm not gonna say no to everything, but I do need to know within myself like what's good for me.
Yeah, reflect. It's a lot of reflection.
I've never really put myself first before. So I think that's also one thing. Like, me protecting my peace is protecting like my purpose and like my own goals and like who I am as a person, like protecting my integrity and like my what's that called, reputation as a business owner, as a person, as a creative, as an artist, like knowing what will provide or like knowing what would help me grow versus knowing what will not help me grow. So I think that's what would protect my peace. I think that's another great way. Like everything that Serena said plus what I said.
Protect your peace. I think that's the hashtag, y'all. Protect your peace.
Protect your peace. Not like this, but with the X. Oh my gosh, we just created the sign.
I feel good. Now I feel like I'm going to move the rest of today just...
Period. Swipe it away. No, but yeah, I'm not saying like, I guess we're not saying like be like
be
rude.
Be a biatch.
Yeah,
be a
biat.
You know what I'm saying?
A biat.
Like,
okay.
Don't be rude. You know,
we're not gonna be that. I think we're far from that. I think we're both pretty far from that. I think we kind of stay away from people like that.
Yeah.
But some people who are kind of more sensitive, they will take it that way. That's fine. You can't please everyone, right, Callie? you can't please everyone. Like, don't worry about what other people have to say.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because that really like gives me the most anxiety, and I don't know why.
But at least you're putting yourself out there, though.
Yeah.
I think with this podcast and like making more content and stuff like that, it's definitely more ways to get judged, and you're gonna get... I've gotten hate comments, okay, y'all, on my not even gonna talk about it, but I've gotten hate comments, and it's fine, I laugh at it, but like it's just, it doesn't, I mean, sometimes like making these contents and putting ourselves out there can open doors for more like hurt
opinions. Yeah, that's
but
fine.
I think that's good because we're getting in uncomfortable situations and we're just getting used to it.
No, that's true. And we have what we need to say, and people also have what they want to say. So it's fine. The world's going to go around. The sun's going to go up. The moon's going to go up. Everything is going to happen. Whatever, regardless of what we say, do. So yeah, I loved this episode. Episode 10, y'all.
Yeah. Oh my God. 10
episodes. We're hella cute for that. They're gonna be like, what are they doing? Like, mind your business.
The thumbnail should be like,
talk to the hand. Okay. You just witnessed us create the thumbnail.
But yeah, definitely though, I do very, very soon want to have guests because I want to hear like other perspectives.
Yes, please. I already have a couple people in mind.
Okay, good.
Okay, cool.
I think I do. Unless y'all are joking.
Tuned.
But we'll definitely talk about that and get that in the works. Like if you know us, not just anybody probably, but like you know,
other creatives.
I definitely want to hear like a third opinion or like other people's experiences.
Right, because we love listening to each other.
I know.
So
and we've done 10 episodes of hearing each other's perspectives. So let's add on like we need someone else.
Yes, please.
So just once in a while, not every
not every episode.
Once in a while, we're sprinkling someone. Maybe someone that owns a business, someone that's experienced a lot, someone that just needs therapy.
Who wants to come here and just
talk about their problems?
Okay, we're here for you.
Where it's at.
Safe space. No judgment. Everyone is cool here. And speaking of 10th episodes, we want to do a little like giveaway for you guys in celebration of like this milestone. So in collaboration with For My Future Self podcast, sold by Selena. Como la flor.
'Cause I'm dreaming. We need a song break. I'm sorry. Of you tonight till tomorrow.
I'll be holding you tight, and there's nowhere in the world.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying.
Sold by Serena
and Kalafia Beauty. We're all gonna collab on this giveaway, so stay tuned.
Yes. So just letting you guys know here, we'll probably post it on our page.
Yeah.
Shortly after this episode, maybe we'll see, but it's gonna be cute. I mean, yeah, it's gonna
exciting.
Be cute.
Exciting freebies.
We're excited.
We're so excited. Please enter because it's gonna be a good one. Exclusive stuff, y'all.
Yes, and we were even thinking about. Never mind.
Don't tell him yet.
Never mind.
I put him on a cliffhanger.
I don't even know if we're gonna do that. Anyway, yes, I hope you enjoy this episode. We are so happy. You know, this was a nice little release and also a great milestone. And if you've been supporting us since the beginning of time, 10 episodes ago, thank you so much. We love you.
We love you. Yay. Signing out.
Peace.
Peace.